All right, what's up, you guys? Sorry I'm a little late, 13 minutes, but we're gonna be okay. We'll get right into it. So I'm doing University of Southern California, so USC, their PA program. You asked me about that one, so I will definitely do that. You guys continue to leave me what schools you want me to do. I get a lot of DMs about schools, so you can continue doing that or sending it to me in the comment section. So if you put it in the comment section and it gets a lot of likes, I will be doing that school. Okay. Let me see. The USC's program is called like the Keck School of Medicine. So if you've heard of that, it's the same thing, okay? All right, let's get in it. Let me just get this pulled up and then I can start sharing my screen with y'all. 1 second. I hope you guys are doing well. Also, starting in February, I just want to let you guys know I'm going to be doing the top 5 PA programs. So, I mean, next week, whatever school you guys ask me to do that has the most amount of likes, that will happen next week. But after this next week, the 30, yes, that will happen next week. But after that, I'll be doing the top 5 PA programs and then continuing on with whatever schools you want me to do next. So just keep that in mind because that is what's going to be happening. And I want to make sure that you guys are able to kind of just see that and get a little idea of what the top schools are, because some of them were surprising to me. So I didn't know quite which programs were the top, but it was a surprise. All right, so let's get in it. Let me share my screen for you guys. Hold on 1 second. And you will go straight to their program. So again, I just typically Google, whatever school it is that I'm interested in or I'm looking for, and then just Google their PA program. So as you see here, it says University of Southern California Keck School of Medicine. Pretty nice, clean page, has the program requirements right off the bat at the top. So let's read this, okay? Applicants are expected, I'm reading from here, applicants are expected to have a minimum cumulative undergraduate GPA of 3.0 on a scale of 4.0. It is expected that all science prerequisites be completed by the end of the fall semester prior to your matriculation with a minimum GPA of 2.75. All prerequisite courses must be completed for a letter grade with at least a grade of a C or a 2.0. So that's interesting. They have a cumulative GPA requirement and then a prerequisite GPA requirement, and then starting in 2022, applicants are expected to have a minimum science GPA of 3.0. So this is new, and this is like just for you guys to keep in mind. That's why it's bolded in red. This is a new requirement because here, when I was reading it, only mentioned your overall cumulative GPA and then your prerequisite GPA. So for those of you that may have been science majors or, that had like a heavy science burden and your science GPA was lower than a 3.0, which is what most schools were requiring, you were able to kind of get a pass here because you really just had to have that something greater than a 2.75 for their prerequisites. But now this is changing. So something to keep in mind. All science prerequisite courses must be completed by the spring semester prior to matriculation. Okay, so that's cool. They give you a little bit extra time for your non-science courses, got it, but your science prerequisites must be completed by the fall prior to matriculation. Okay, and these are their prerequisite coursework. So science, you have your biology, so you can do general biology, or general biology or human biology. So one of these chemistries, which is actually pretty cool, a microanatomy, physiology, med term, statistics, psychology, beginning Spanish, okay, must be college level credit earned either through coursework or by placement examination and English if you're an international student. So their science, I feel like their science prerequisites are kind of pretty, you know, like not that much. I don't know how else to put it, because it's really just like a biology, a chemistry, because it says this or that, right? So a biology, a chemistry, micro anatomy and physiology. You need to have that statistics, but you'll do psychology, and that's pretty much it in terms of like your science and social sciences. So not really that many. But I like that. So some of these had this little too. It says applicants from an institution on the quarter semester, on the quarter system. If your institution does not offer 3 quarters of general chemistry with lab, you may elect to take 2 quarters of general chemistry with 1 lab. Okay, applicants from an institution that is on the semester system, you are required to take 2 semesters of general chemistry with lab, no exceptions. Okay. Let me see what this is talking about. So 1 year sequential or 1 semester, quarter, 1. Okay. So it's still the same thing. You still have to take the whole year of general chemistry, the whole year of general biology, but then depending on what system you're on, you can do one of these options right here, and the classes are listed below. Okay. So again, still not that many. AP credit for applicants that received AP credit in prerequisites, it will not be accepted. AP placement credit for science prerequisites are not accepted. So just keep that in mind. So your biologies and chemistries, you cannot take an AP credit class for that. And there's a 10-year exemption. All science prerequisites must be completed within 10 years of the application being submitted. So if you are like, you're a non-traditional student, you've been out of school for a while, this is really, really good to keep in mind. You have to have done it within 10 years, except, here we go, there should be an exemption. Okay, basis on these individuals who've completed, exceptions to this 10-year science prerequisite timeframe may be granted on an individual basis to those individuals who've completed at least 8 semesters of graduate credit in a medically related natural science discipline with an overall GPA of 3.0, received advanced degree in natural sciences, clinical sciences, or other appropriate disciplines. And this is all of the options within 10 years of the application deadline. Okay, so again, if you were out of undergrad for 8 years or something, but within those 8 years, you got like an MPH, or you got, you know, a master's in something else, you would be okay. Well, seemingly, they will give an exemption to that rule on an individual basis. Distance learning courses are acceptable provided they are equivalent in all dimensions, including lab requirements. Okay, and that's also good to know because there are a lot of these programs that don't accept online courses. Obviously, with coronavirus, there are a whole lot more schools accepting distance and online courses than there were before, but just having that in here is important. All right, GRE or Mcat. Applicants are required to take the GRE or Mcat. The examination must be taken within 5 years. I mean, and that's typical. Your GRE is usually renewed every 5 years anyways. Like you have to take it all over again every 5 years. Official scores have to be sent to Keck School of Medicine, USC, and they give you their code. All right, so clinical experience, hands-on paid patient care clinical experience is preferred. Let's look at their list because I like this. Wow, they have a very thorough, robust list for you guys, which is cool. So those of you who are like, hey, you know, if I was a sonographer or an ultrasound tech, does that work? For USC, it does, okay? Medical assistant, back office, not front office, health educator, lift team technician, and lifeguard. What's this? Partial credit may be given for being a lifeguard or a farm tech or a patient, even a patient escort. Wow, that's that's actually pretty cool, because usually like this is not accepted. So yeah, so these are all good. Look, even here, dietitian, which I had somebody who wanted to be in PA school, and she was a dietitian and trying to get like extra patient care experience because the schools that she was applying to did not accept all of the many hours that she did as a dietitian. So that is actually good to see. Did you guys see that? Let me just click that. I want to make sure that you guys saw that list. Okay, let me share this screen because clearly you guys didn't see that comprehensive list. So I'm going to make sure that you share this. I share this screen with you guys, so you can see exactly what that list says. And this is good. You can keep this list probably for some of these other programs as well, because there's like a good amount of them that I think would transfer over to a lot of these other schools. So look at all of this. There's a huge list in alphabetical order for you all. So I would keep this list even if you're not specifically interested in USC. Okay. All right, let's go back to their website and get down to some of the nitty gritty. We've already kind of gotten through a lot of what what you would need to know as a prospective student, which is pretty cool that they have it really here all listed on the front page. So that is actually a very good thing. Shadowing opportunity, shadowing PAs is preferred in the admissions process. The selection committees define shadowing as observing a PA. Okay, so it's preferred that you shadow a PA in terms of the clinical provider that you're going to shadow, which makes sense. You want to see the actual like profession that you're trying to get into. Community service. Service that benefits underserved or disadvantaged groups is highly desirable as the program has a commitment to training its students as primary care providers. Okay, so get your community service up. You need 3 letters of recommendation. After all of that stuff that you send through CASPA, there will be an in-person-ish initial interview, and then you have to meet all the health requirements after that. So that's like pretty straightforward, pretty like on the nose with everything. It's right here, all on the same page. Apply here. Obviously they use CASPA, so you can go through CASPA. Let's look at their program highlights. Oh yeah, we had some of these like actual heart shirts, I Heart PA stuff. But this is interesting to see everybody in their masks. Things have definitely changed over the course of time, but look here we have our mission, which is good. Okay, our mission: we walk the walk, not just talk the talk. Okay, we truly believe in service, diversity, leadership, and quality education. It is emphasized in all aspects of our program. Our diverse makeup of students, faculty, and staff are drawn to our program in sharing this mission. All right, so you're talking about diverse students, faculty, and staff. So I see the diversity in the student population. I'm gonna go hit that staff up and that faculty shortly so we can see if it is truly diverse. Medical Spanish. Our students take courses to help them enhance their ability to practice medicine in Spanish-speaking neighborhoods. It is vital that healthcare providers be able to build relationships with their patients, and speaking the language is key. Our graduates report doubling their language confidence at completion of the course. I really, really like this. I wish that this was something that my program offered. I wish that this was something that I was able to do. I have like it's not really a resolution. I hate like these New Year's resolution things, but one of my goals for this year, I think I mentioned it a couple of years ago, but I just wasn't disciplined, you guys. And, this time I plan on being disciplined. I plan on being really disciplined. So one of my goals is to learn medical Spanish, and that is my purpose. I'm trying to do a few phrases a week so that I can be somewhat conversational and get like at least my point across in terms of what I'm trying to ask my patients, and then be able to like tell them follow-up information, because we have like a clinic that most of our patients would have to follow up in within like 1 to 2 weeks. So just learning like that the language, because we do have like a high Spanish speaking population in terms of the population that I serve. So it would be important. So, you know, I know semanas, but I need to know some more. So that is my goal. So this medical Spanish course, I really like that. They have a commitment to service in the community, and more specifically the underserved community. And so if you are interested in this program, definitely look at all of the things that they do in the community. Remember their goal about walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Somehow keep that in your mind so that when you get your interview, right, we speaking that into existence. When you get your interview, you can refer back to that, you know, refer back to the fact like, you know what, I like the fact that you guys put it out there that you're not just about talking about it, you're about being about it. And that's what you want to be a part of. And if you use that, maybe that might be something that might get you in, who knows? But this is important for you guys to look at this information. I know when people are researching programs, you don't always look at like the goals and the outcomes and what they want to do in the community and stuff, but it's important if you're trying to be a part of this program and be a part of the culture. All right, so beautiful Southern California, that's where they're at. It is at the Keck School of Medicine. Additional clinical time. During the 6th semester, students complete an average of 240 hours of additional training in clinical specialty of interest, where students are provided more opportunities to learn and develop their skills before graduating. Well, graduation. Okay. World-renowned faculty. Our faculty is made up of experts and thought leaders in their discipline. All right, okay, let's look at this faculty. Let's see the diversity that they were talking about. So faculty. Okay, I mean, it's definitely diverse in gender and I would say in like nationality and race as well. Okay, we have Daryl Mayo, we have say Maria Maldonado. Right, so we're okay. So it is diverse. Who is their chair? How do we like know, like, why doesn't it say who the head or the dean is? Maybe Mitzi, clinical assistant, professor. Okay, I don't know. I don't know who to tell who's who, but I would have to like keep going in. Let's see emeritus. But it looks diverse. All right, so they diverse, which is good. I like that. I like that they actually have quite a few different women on their team, as well as different races and cultures represented. So that's cool. Okay. I don't know what to go to next, because really and truly this program had every single thing about it already on the main screen. So that's actually good. Let me see if there's any news. Not really. Not anything that I think you guys would be interested in. Oh, okay. Resources and accreditation. Okay, so this is good. Program attrition. All right, so for the class of 2019, 2020, and 2021, they admitted 60 students, in all of their classes. They graduated 58, 57, and 55. Wow, what happened in 2021? Oh, I guess maybe COVID. Maybe that might be, that might have been why they took such a hit in 2021. Our attrition rate, you see that it creeped up over here. Graduation rate went down. Let's look at their PANTs for the last 5 years. So 96%. Let's see what happened in 2019. Okay, 81%. Yeah, and again, that you'll see this across the board. 98%. Okay. So 2020 was tough. And I guess you could probably kind of chalk that up to like everybody just dealing with the stress of COVID. And I would like to see some of these other programs 2020s as well. I know 2019 for sure was a hard year just because the PANTs switched and there was a new test that was created, new version of the PANTs. 2020, I would expect could be rough as well for some programs for students because, it was just a lot going on. All right. Did we see anything about their accreditation status? I don't remember seeing it. Let me see. Did I pass that? Oh, yeah, it was the first thing. So they have continued accreditation, okay? And their next review will not be until 2029. So they are good. All right. So you're good if you applied to this school. There's no reviews happening anytime soon. And they have continued accreditation. So that's good. All right. I mean, I don't know. I think this is pretty much it. Let me just go back to the main page. Oh, look. Oh, Dr. Lohenry is the program director. Okay. So he is the program director. It is 33 months. 33 months graduate curriculum. Wow, that's a lot of time. It's 33 months. My program was only 27. So that's an additional 6 months of schooling that these students go through, which is crazy. That's a lot. Let me see. Maybe let's look at really quickly. Let's look at see if the courses are there so we can see exactly what they're doing. All right. So year 1, year 2, year 3, 18 weeks of clinical rotation, post-clinical activities, clinical skills. Maybe their rotations are longer in terms of like how many weeks they get, because again, this is just clinical rotations in this 3rd year. Students who have made satisfactory academic progress at the end of spring semester year 1 will have no coursework during their 1st semester. Beginning with spring semester year 2, all students complete 48 continuous weeks of clinical assignments, continuing through the summer until the end of fall semester year 3. Students who have demonstrated academic progress by successfully completing all their coursework will be eligible to complete all PA program requirements and graduate in May of their final year, year 3. Wow, that's interesting. So that is definitely something to think about. There are schools that are not 33 months long, that are not like 3 years. And I've always told you guys that, PA school can be anywhere from 2 years to 3 years. And some of these 3-year programs also do come with a master's of public health. This is just your master's of, physician assistant medicine. But it is 3 years long, essentially. And so that is just something to think about, something to be aware of. Yeah, because look at this. Look at the cost, the projected cost of this program. almost $200,000 and you're living in Southern California. So again, lots of things to think about, lots of things to keep in mind in terms of your overall debt when you leave school, and then also like the time commitment that you want to give to your PA program, because there are a lot of schools that are like 24 months or 27 months like my program was. This 33-month kind of threw me off for a loop, but you know, they seem to be doing some pretty good things in the community, and I've heard a lot of good things about Keck School of Medicine's PA program, the USC program. So I think that for anybody that is in Southern California, you want to stay home, this is a good option for you. For anybody who wants to go to Southern California, you want that SoCal life, this might be a good option for you as well. Resources and accreditation, we already went there. News, contact. I mean, if you want to contact them, you can go to the contact information. I think that's it. All right. If you guys have any questions, now is your time to leave those questions. Let me see if there's any like frequently asked questions section here. Excuse me. I don't think I see anything. Frequently asked questions. No. Prospective students. Let's see. Program highlights. Oh, let's look at their, oh, yep. We'll hit up their frequently asked questions and then look at their program highlights. Let's see. Oh, I went through that already. Their selection criteria. All right. So this is kind of what they look at. Obviously, the interview is like the last thing. So they're going to be looking at your CASPA cumulative calculated GPA, your science GPA, your overall clinical experience, your healthcare experience, like shadowing, all of your clinical work, your GRE scores, and then the mission, like I guess seeing if you line up with their mission, but that will likely come through your personal statement. And so that's where you're able to shine, and you're able to like kind of really show who you are apart from just like the numbers on the paper. And so you will also, once all of this is submitted and they look at you and they're like, oh yeah, let me offer, Adanna an interview, you'd get that interview, and they will want to know the knowledge that you may have of the PA profession, which is always good to know. Okay. I think I told you guys that story where like I was at the interview and they were like, oh yeah, Dr. Eugene Stead. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, who is that? And it's like, duh, girl, like he's the guy who created this profession that you're trying to get into. And I didn't know that. Thank God I didn't have like a test on it or anything, but it is important. It is very important for you to know about the profession that you're trying to get into. So the knowledge of the PA profession, you got to know that. How you interact and communicate your interpersonal skills with not only the faculty that's interviewing you, but the students around you. Always be on your guard, always be on your game, because it doesn't matter if it's like the janitor, the custodian, or a student walking down the hallway. Like be friendly, be nice, and know that you're being watched, because it was the same thing at my program. Okay, like when we were doing our interview days, like I would talk to our custodian and ask her, like what she thought of like the new batch of students, and because she was, kind of like a quiet, I guess you could say like sniper in a sense. Like she was there like listening, doing her job, but around. And so she got a different look from when you all were not on your your A game, trying to make sure that you impressed like us as a student or the faculty. So just be mindful of that. They look for leadership potential, personal attributes, and how well you fit in with the program. This is their cumulative, like their average cumulative GPA. So 3.4. So like if you're at a 3.5 or higher, that's good, right? But their science GPA is a 3.3 and their average cumulative is a 3.46. But look at their clinical hours. 4,000 hours. Okay. And so that's the key right there. although the GPA may not be like a 3.7, 3.6, like we've seen that in some of these schools that we've gone over, their hours are ridiculous. Okay. And so if you're interested in this program, make sure you got your hours up. Even their shadowing hours, 20 hours of PA shadowing is what's recommended. So it says interviewees averaged 306 on their GRE. 306, that's pretty good. And interviewees averaged 20 on the old Mcat version and 500 on the new. 20 is kind of low, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, I think like if you're in like the 30s, like you're killing it. I think 20 is a bit low on that old Mcat score. So like, let's just stick with this GRE score of a 306. I don't know what the Mcat, I have no idea about anything with how this new Mcat is graded or anything like that. So I don't know anything about that, but I know about the GRE. All right, let me see if there's anything else in here. The CASPA application should be submitted directly to CASPA no later than November 1st. CASPA notifies PA. Okay. All right. So they do have a supplemental application. This is good to know. It's $50, non-refundable. So if you do make it past like the first initial, like, oh, okay, like you applied, you kind of meet the requirements. Let me send you the supplemental application. And most schools will send you that because they want your $50. So just be prepared to spend essentially $105 applying to this one program. That's that. It says you can be offered like to be on a wait list, and you can confirm if you want to be on the wait list or not. Those on the alternate list can potentially be admitted, so it's just being waitlisted. All right. Where else did I say we were gonna go? So selection. Oh, frequently asked questions. Let me see. Application due date. We already saw that the application due date. However, early application by September 1st is what's highly recommended. I always try to get you guys to apply in the summer, if at all possible, like June, July. But if you're still taking classes, as long as you can get that done and apply by September 1st, that's still early for this program because their application deadline is not until November 1st. So the program is a fall semester start. So that's also something to just keep in mind. I don't know what you all may be interested in, but there are various different starts. There's like the spring winter start that starts in January. There's the summer start that starts in May, and then the fall. That typically is like September or August, depending on the program. So letters of recommendation, no older than 3 years. I mean, I don't know, like, I don't even know how you would tell because it's like electronic. So like, how do you know it's older than 3 years? But okay. And a minimum of 3. There's a maximum of 5 allowed on CASPA, but they want a minimum of 3. I'm a reapplicant. Can I have the same person write a new letter reference? Okay, yeah, you can. How many courses may be outstanding? 2 non-science courses. Okay, this is a good one. 2 non-science courses can be outstanding. All science prerequisites must be completed by that fall semester, which is what I said in the beginning of this video when I was looking at that. And then nothing older than 10 years. All right. I don't see anything else. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions? If you don't, then I think I will wrap that up. I would say join me next week as I do the next school. And then for sure, join me in February when I start using a new tool. It will still be everything on StreamYard, but I'll start going through like a different pathway to show you guys this tool that you guys can use that will make this process a whole lot easier in terms of finding schools that you like specifically match well with, and you can like easily, seamlessly go from program to program to see exactly what programs will fit well with you. It says, do they provide room and board? I don't think so. Let me see. I'm looking at frequently asked questions if they provide room and board. Let me look at student life. They talk about campus. Student run clinic, advocacy trip, and a professional education, Trojan trainer, health fairs. So I don't really see anything about room and board. I honestly don't know about programs that provide room and board. That's not really like a thing, I would say. Like, the only program that I know that provides room and board is for when their students are going on away rotations. There's like a few schools that have like sites set up, and they'll provide room and board for their students as you are on an away vacation rotation. However, when it comes down to like actually going to the school, like you have to typically find your own apartment. And usually you can find like a roommate or something like that on like on their forum, or maybe even like their Facebook page. Like sometimes these schools like have Facebook pages that are closed for the students that are entering in, and students will be like, oh, I'm looking for a roommate, and you meet up that way. So obviously, like, you don't know who you're gonna get, but you know, you work that out how you do. But usually room and board is not included. All right. But yeah, so that is that. Yes. MX said thanks, but wow, more costs. Yeah, that costs. I know, like almost $200,000 in just like the schooling costs alone, and then to live in Southern California, like the cost of living there, it is going to be a lot. And I mean, granted, again, this is 3 years versus like your typical 2 years for most PA programs, so I get it. So if you think about it, like, no, it's still not on par. I was about to be like, if you think about it, it's still kind of on par with all the other programs. But I mean, typically, like an expensive PA program is like 120,000, and this is 190,000. So it is a lot. But that's why this thing that I'm doing is like really good for you guys, because you guys get to see all of this and then make really good informed decisions that, hey, you know what? I really like this program, but maybe it's not for me because I don't have an $190,000, or I don't want to be in debt $190,000, you know, and you move on to another program. But these are all things to just think about. I think these are the important things to really, really keep in mind when you're deciding between various different schools and what schools you want to apply to. So, all right. And MX said, I actually love this. Great. Well, thank you. I'm glad that this is doing well for you. I have to work tomorrow. So I'm glad that this program had like everything laid out on the front page, because we got to go through this pretty quickly. If you guys like have any other schools that you want me to do, please leave them in the comment section below and like them, you guys. So make sure that if there's a school that you see you like it, because I'll go and do the school that has the most likes, the school that most people want to see. And join me on Sunday, because I have a video for you all. This video is going to be good for anybody that's like thinking about the PANCE, will be taking the PANCE, or have taken the PANCE and not passed the PANCE, I would say. Just kind of, and anybody that is like doing any type of test that they need to get organized for. Okay, like if you're doing like a high stake test that you want to get organized for, then watch this video on Sunday. All right. I think that's it. If you have any other questions for me, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.